Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Studio. Today I'm going to show you the Nancy Zeltsman mallet series from Encore Mallets. This mallet series is one of 3 mallet series that I use in my general rotation for solo playing. And I find them to be very, very versatile for warm sounds and basically nice playing. This kind of stems from Nancy Zeltsman's personal style of music. I've always found her music to be sort of gentle, very careful, and when I finally met her in person in America, I found that her playing was very beautiful. The sound she extracts from the instrument is just gorgeous. Nancy Zeltsman is the chair of percussion at Boston Conservatory, so you can trust a product that is endorsed by her. And she's also a really cool person. So Encore has named this mallet series after Nancy Zeltsman, and it's extremely affordable. The Nancy Zeltsman mallet series goes from 1 all the way to 8. 1 is the staccato hardest mallet, like absolutely bone-crushingly hard, and 8 is like chocolatey soft velvet, like 3 times the size of planet Earth, like So Encore packages 4 of these mallets, the 6, the 4, the 3, and the 2 in a set, which is called the graduated set. Now, the first thing you notice about Nancy Zeltsman's mallets are these heads. You'll notice that they're a bit fatter and rounder than normal mallets. Here I have another popular marimba mallet, which is more of the normal oval shape. It's a bit more pointy, whereas you see the Zeltsman mallet is rounder. So what this round head is supposed to do is give you more surface area, so when you strike the instrument, it's a warmer sound, like as opposed to well, that's the theory anyway. And I've generally found that to be true. That's why these produce a warmer sound, because their heads are heavier. And generally speaking, with all of these mallets, the weight isn't too front heavy. Only the soft one is a little bit heavy, but the other ones are pretty balanced. So if you don't want something that's too heavy and you don't want something that's too light, this is probably a good in-between sort of mallet series. Now, of course, the Nancy Zeltsman mallet series comes in both birch and rattan series. Birch has the letter B on it and rattan has the letter R. And of course, birch and rattan is a personal preference. You know, you might like rattan more, you might like birch more. That's completely up to you. I personally prefer birch because it's straight and because it stays stable when you're playing quickly. And I've noticed that Encore's birch is a bit coarser than the birch that I'm used to, which is actually not too bad because it allows it to stay in your hand a bit easier. It doesn't slide out, which is why I don't have any tape on these mallets, because the birch shafts are actually quite rough, but not so rough that they'll cut you, just like textured, if that makes sense. It's a really nice feeling. The yarn on these mallets is made of Peruvian wool, and I've been using these for about 3 months and they haven't frayed or anything like that. They're still really good condition. I think they'll last quite a long time. Let's talk about the 6, 4, 3, and 2 from the graduated series. Mallet number 6 is called Articulate Bass. And that's exactly what it is. It's a very boomy bass mallet, but it's not so boomy that there's no attack at all. It's not washy, it's just like I really like this mallet. This is actually one of my favorite single mallets of all time. I love putting this on the bottom end. I would love to get another set of the graduated so I could have 2 of these, because these would make really good chorale mallets as well. Mallet number 4, which is this brown one, follows mallet tradition, and as always, number 4 is always medium. Now, I don't quite agree with this. I think the medium in this range actually sounds like more like a medium soft. In terms of sound, this mallet and this mallet are actually really similar. This one's only slightly more attacky, so I would call this a medium soft in general terms, but it's called medium by Encore. This one is a pretty versatile mallet as well. You could play bark with this mallet actually. Then we have number 3, which is called medium hard. Now, I would call this one the medium. I would call this one medium because this one has slightly more edge than the number 4, and you can actually hear the attack, but not so much that it's like to me, this one would be the true medium. I think this is the best voice leading mallet out of the 4 because it's punchy but not too punchy. And finally, number 2 in the series is called medium harder. So harder than 3. And I would call this one medium hard because this one is actually quite penetrating. In fact, it's considerably harder than number 3. This isn't number 3. Harder than number 3, which is really strange to me because it's only one model up and it seems to be a lot harder. But when you put all 4 together, it actually sounds really cool. And the final reason why I think the Nancy Zeltsman mallet series should be added to any marimbist's mallet bag is because the price. The price point of these Encore mallets, super competitive. It actually sits at about $100 for the graduated set. That's 100 Australian dollars. If you're in the US, it's about, I don't know, 60, whatever the exchange rate is now. 100 Australian dollars can get you these 4 mallets, and they're extremely versatile for warm sounding marimba playing. I really, really like them. What I wouldn't recommend them for is for people who want to look for a lighter sort of mallet. I wouldn't recommend them for people who are playing really fast virtuosic passages. But I think for people who are playing general, nice sounding marimba music, this is the one. These are absolutely beautiful and the quality is good and the price point is very, very effective. And just like Nancy says, these round heads really bring out the fundamental in your notes so you can really hear your voicings properly. I really like them. If you own the Zeltsmans, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see any more mallet reviews on any other mallet series, anyone, I'll do my best to try and get one to you. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, I will see you next time for another episode of The Studio. Subscribe to this channel for more percussion related content, and I will see you next time. Good night.